Welcome back, everybody, after the long winter break. It feels like it was incredibly cold, lots of snow, but we are back in business. Thoughts and prayers to all you guys out there in the Texas part of the world, the Midwest, that are still pretty cold and still without power. Hopefully something gets done for you guys soon enough. But today we are back with a Mystery Bag Monday. We have a double bag since we are going to be catching up. I was able to get out and get some of these recently at the thrift store once they reopened. If you watched our last one, it was fantastic. We hit big, but we haven't been able to open any since then. So hopefully we can catch up here. We can find some dope vintage tees. If you're not familiar with how this works, this video series we buy these rag bags from local thrift stores, and they are rag bags full of t-shirts, and we open them on camera here. So see, here's the bag, and open them looking for vintage tees that have some value. So this one's for the kids. Okay, we've found some real bangers in the past, $100 plus t-shirts, and some bags with like people's whole like vintage and like somewhat close to vintage wrestling tee collection. So yeah, you never know. This is not the thrift store that, I mean, it's tough to say, because that even though this thrift store doesn't tend to get as many vintage tees, we've actually pulled our best tees from the bags that come from this particular store. I haven't been to the town over to get the bigger bags that tend to do a little bit better. Unfortunately, those will just have to wait until this week until I can get down there. There's an evil monkey in my closet. Huh. Not vintage. At least not very vintage. Not that interesting either. But yeah, we'll get some of those this week. Hopefully they've restocked once they've opened up. But yeah, I was really hoping to catch some more of the wrestling tees that we had in the last video. That would have been great. Anyway, we're going to be back to more regular posting after all the chaos of the last week and a half or so. I'm very excited to get back to that and enjoy this again. Bodyguard, oh, okay, that's vitamin water tea. No, nope, not old. I've missed opening these bags since after bag week. We haven't opened very many. We haven't been able to get our hands on that many, so. Anyway, I hope if you're watching out there, that you're warm and safe. We had, again, a very, very cold week, particularly for this area. I mean, we're south central Missouri, so it's not, I mean, we're not unaccustomed to colder weather, but like, it was pretty unusual how cold it was. We had lots of pipes freeze in different places. Thank goodness that, you know, our houses were, a lot of them have PEX, so just, you know, special type of plumbing. So we avoided most major issues. My parents had some major issues, but I think we finally solved them. Well, here's a Polo Ralph Lauren, it's medium, made in China. We solved most of them, we think. Oh, do we have something here? No, we don't. Thought this was vintage, but it's like St. Louis Cardinals tee. It's not. It's got printing on the back. We got a Spider-Man tee. Faces of Spider-Man. Alright, but oh, what's this? Nothing, okay. But we stayed warm. My parents' house was pretty unfortunate. My parents actually took the opportunity to go to Florida while all this was happening. So for a couple of the colder days, they wanted us to hang over at their place, so we headed over there. and we're staying the night over there. And I'm up by the fire. Everyone else has gone to bed. I'm working on eBay or YouTube or something. And I start hearing drip, drip, drip. And I knew immediately, like, okay, this is bad news. So I rushed back and found back in the kitchen, found water pouring from the ceiling, and as fast as I possibly could, cut the water off to that section of the house and kept it from pouring in, but it still got wet, and found like 20 feet of the PVC pipe had been just obliterated. So we replaced all that over at my parents' house just recently. Man, so far nothing in this bag. I mean, these bags tend to be like, if you don't start seeing some older clothes right from the get-go, tends to be that stays that way. Because if you think about it, people are donating and they're filling these bags with donations, and if some younger folks decide to donate at that time and not older folks, then you're just gonna get a bunch of new stuff for the most part. So, it makes perfect sense, but I would always hope to find at least one thing to cover the cost of the bag. These last teas look like they're nothing. Oh, we have one more bag. We actually have several more bags that we'll be getting to open in the next few weeks. and we continue to buy these bags. Again, this thrift store basically just puts all their clothes, all their t-shirts into these bags, and we buy them. So we're clearly the primary buyers of those bags. I see a couple other people come in and buy them, and they've told me that they're buying them for their, for rags, for working on cars and stuff like that, grease rags, stuff like that. So we definitely are the ones that buy them the most. Let's see. Oh. Now, again, I've said this before, but not every bag or not every t-shirt that has value is vintage. Like, there are some newer t-shirts that have some value. We've sold, oh wow, we've sold a number of, oh, the heck is this? It's crunchy. That's because it's somebody's art project. I guess it didn't work out. But what was I saying? Yeah, so not every one has to be vintage to have value. Like every time we pull out a Vineyard Vines tea from one of these bags, it seems to sell pretty quickly. So I wouldn't mind finding those because they do tend to do all right. And then of course we found towels in these things, and they've done really well. So it really isn't just vintage teas that you can sell. The towels are probably a one-off. It's gonna probably be a fairly rare thing. Oh, we got a single stitch tee here. I'd be happy if every day was Father's Day. Sun Sportswear. This is on a Sun Sportswear tag. This is a vintage t-shirt. It is big and black, or big lettering, single stitch. I mean, I guess that is a good sign. Although those type of novelty tees don't tend to do that great. We might sell one or two a year. So either way, we'll probably list it. Since we haven't opened up a lot of bags recently, and we haven't been able to get out and thrift much. That's been another thing that's been really tough about the recent cold snap, is we have not been able to get out and get new product. The good news is that we've been able to fill that that downtime with listing either stuff that was backlogged, or we have done, like my brother-in-law and I have started a new eBay store specifically for selling sports cards and Pokemon cards. You see that we occasionally come across them and make deals with them. And both he and I have been collecting sports cards, or at least I've been collecting sports cards, he Pokemon cards. And so we started a new eBay store to sort of do all that on. So we've been listing a lot there. We'll talk about that probably in the future as we sort of get our head around the whole business model. But yeah, that's the way it's going to go. And we'll see. That'll definitely fill up some time, and we can get ourselves, get a hold of more product and be a little bit more versatile with the product that we do sell by having that. All right, that's the last bag. Man, it was this. This is the guy right here. This Father's Day T-shirt with the single stitch and the sun tag, made in USA. That was all. I hesitate to say that would actually cover the cost of the 2 bags being $6 a piece, but you never know. Anyway, it's good to be back. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.